right up there. Right there is the trailhead, and I'm going to be heading up there. It's all uphill. The creek runs down here and hits a couple waterfalls, but they're like way down in this canyon. The trail runs up alongside the mountain there. It's beautiful out today. My old van. Right here, you guys seen this backpack a lot. This is the one I usually keep in the car. Down here I've got all the, kind of emergency stuff, some extra clothes, food, lots of water, a tarp or two, things like that. And I keep this guy in here. There's my rubber boots. And I'm going to need this thing. And then this stuff right here, this came out of my purse because I wanted to bring my book today. I put my camera in here, and I've got a couple other little essentials that I carry with me everywhere. There's a knife, fire starter, and a little emergency blanket. And you see this on me all the time. So I'm going to get all loaded up and see you on the trail. One of my favorite channels is Rainbow Hiker. John lives up in northern Utah, and all of his videos, like 99% of his videos, are shot of him outdoors hiking the trails, and he's always going uphill. It's and what really gets me about it is not so much that is that he's actually filming it going uphill. I can't do that. I'm like huffing and puffing right now. It's really hard. It's great to get the wind, get your wind and get some fresh air into you, get all cleared out. But I don't know how he does it. I can't. Well, I'm trying to right now. But if you get a chance, I'll put John's link down below. You gotta check out the Rainbow Hiker. He's got an awesome bunch of knowledge when it comes to ultralight stuff, how to lighten up your load and everything. And he's very, very budget conscious too about it. Some of that ultralight stuff gets so darn expensive. But anyways, go check him out. The Rainbow Hiker. Hello, my friends. I was tagged by my good friend Anders Bork, Rob from Anders Bork, one of my favorite bushcrafters. He's got a wonderful channel. You guys have to check him out. He does great bushcraft videos. He makes his own stuff, makes his own clothes and bags and traditional shelters and you name it. Plus he's always got these surprises he throws in, and he has a wonderful challenge going on right now too. So please go check him out. Anyways, Rob tagged me. There's this rhetorical question going around about the one item you would take with you for a survival situation. Well, like I said, it's very rhetorical. I have my backpack with me today. It doesn't have all my favorite stuff in it, but it has everything I'd want with me in like a survival situation. I have my knife in here, or I've got an old Mora knife, one of them, pocket knives, things like that. I've got water, I've got food. The most important thing to me, though, is, I'm about 3 miles away from the car. A lot of people know where I'm at. That's not an issue. I have a map and compass, but I know my way around. I know where I'm at right now. I know how to get back to my car. But what should happen if I was to get hurt, if I was to break my leg, break my ankle? I do take sort of a gamble when I come out here alone, but I really enjoy that. That's part of the experience for me, is being out here by myself. It really gives me a chance to clear my head. I really enjoy that solo hiking experience. But what if something should happen? What if I couldn't get back to my car? Maybe I got stung by a rattlesnake or something like that. There are so many things. I could break a hip. Ankles, all these things that would limit my mobility and would take a wonderful day like this and turn it into a survival situation. Well, for me, that has a lot to do. My choice is going to be shelter. Every time I bring a bag out with me, the number one thing that I am thinking about is what's the weather going to be like, and where am I going? It is like mid-70s out in the sun right now. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. But being I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, we get these cool breezes that blow in off the ocean, and it can get wet and cold here at night. That's what I'm concerned about, is getting stuck out here at night, and it's going to get wet and cold. And that is the number one problem I'm going to have, is trying to stay warm and trying to maintain that core body temperature that's so important. For this time of the year, I have this pullover jacket. It's just a micro fleece jacket. I won't need it, but unless something goes wrong. I have this shemagh or whatever. It's a big scarf. Wrap around my neck, wrap around my head. It's like a small blanket. It really adds a layer of warmth. That's what I'm going to need if it gets cold out. My number one, I've talked about before, is this. I used to carry a wool blanket around. Sometimes I carry a poncho. A lot of times I carry rain gear. I didn't today, except for I've got one of those, disposable rain ponchos in here. But this right here, to me, is a very valuable piece of gear. It's reusable. I use it all the time in recreation. I can use it for a ground cloth. I can use it for shade. A number of uses. And if I get hurt up here, this is going to be critical, that I can wrap around me. I can curl up under a tree or something, wrap this around me, start bundling up, and stay warm. Again, like I said, I could have a broken leg. Something's going to be wrong that puts me in this survival situation where I can't get back to my car. A fire option is, an excellent option. There's the possibility that I could, crawl up under a pile of leaves or something like that. Well, if I do that, if I try to make a shelter or pile up a bunch of leaves, I'm going to be harder to find. With this, I'm going to be much easier to see, even at night. The fire option is an excellent option too. But if I'm hurt, I don't know if I could keep a fire burning all night long to stay warm. I do have a lot of stuff around here to burn, but I'm gonna be hurt. I might have a broken leg. I might have a concussion. I might go into shock. Fire skills, even in the best conditions, are skills that take practice and skills that take some thought and knowledge. Right now, this stuff is bone dry, right? It probably would not be hard for me to get a fire going. I have a mag bar, I have a lighter, I have some matches.
I have Tinder. You know, if I'm disabled and I cannot hobble or crawl back to my car, and I had a fire going and it got away from me, you know, I'm sure as hell not going to be able to run away from a forest fire. You know, it's another issue to consider. So for me, number one resource that I can have is going to be this. You know, this is critical. Having the proper shelter for the area you live in, for the time of year and the weather, you know, that's the number one priority that you have to consider. You know, because when it gets dark, you know, it gets cool. You know, weather changes. There's a lot of factors that we have to consider, and you know, this becomes very important to me, and my number one choice. So I hope I answered your questions. Thank you so much once again, Rob, for tagging me. I really appreciate it that you thought about me. And I do have 3 other people to tag. You know, I don't always remember these things. I would like to tag. First person is one of my favorite bushcrafters and survivalists. Got an awesome channel. I've learned tons from him, and that's going to be Joe, the Outdoorsman Joe. I'm going to put the links down below. Joe, your tag. Joe's become a really good friend of mine. I'm also, you know, check him out. Joe just recently had a heart attack and stuff, and he's out back making videos again. You know, just Joe, you're an inspiration, and thank you so much for your friendship. My next person I'd like to tag is new to me, not so new to not so new to YouTube, but it's Be Active Life. He's got a wonderful channel, and he also lives out here in California. Does lots of gear reviews, does a lot of hiking, all sorts of great stuff. Always puts a smile on my face, got a great attitude. You know, Be Active Life. You're tagged. My third tag is, I don't know if he's been tagged yet or not. Everybody knows about him. I absolutely love him, as I'm sure many of you do. But I'm going to tag Juliano from Juliantonio, down in Brazil. Just a wonderful, knowledgeable bushcrafter and survivalist instructor and everything else. Great guy. Absolutely love his channels. And you know, you're just wonderful, Juliano. And you're tagged. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about this topic. There's my tags. Thank you guys. Whew, this thing's getting warm. Thank you so much for watching, and be safe out there. Take care. Bye-bye.